So Keurig Dr Pepper just posted a fantastic year. And what do they do to celebrate? They decide to split the company in two. Yeah, you heard that right. Today we're going to dig into this massive corporate shakeup. We're talking about a move that could create two brand new beverage giants. And the big question is, why would a company at the absolute top of its game decide to tear itself apart? All right, so first, a quick refresher. You probably know them by their ticker, KDP. But even if you don't, you definitely know their stuff. I mean, they're the ones behind your morning K-Cup, right? And those iconic sodas like Dr. Pepper. We're talking about a portfolio with over 125 brands. Make no mistake, these guys are an absolute force in the North American beverage scene. And now, this powerhouse is gearing up to make a huge, and I mean transformational move. But look, to really get what they're doing, we've got to understand why they're doing it. And it all comes back to one thing: the incredible financial strength they've built up, which is what gives them the confidence to make such a bold call. Okay, so let's start with the foundation. We gotta look at their 2025 performance, because the numbers they put up, they weren't just good, they were absolutely rock solid. And this, right here, is the key to understanding how KDP could even consider making such a massive pivot. First thing to look at, top-line growth. Their full-year net sales shot up by a super healthy 8.6%. In today's market, which is crazy competitive, that kind of growth isn't just strong, it's a huge sign that their core brands are really, really connecting with people. And hey, that great sales growth, it flowed right down to the bottom line. Adjusted earnings per share, up over 7%. This is super important because it proves the company isn't just getting bigger, it's actually getting more profitable as it grows. Okay, and here's the kicker, the really crucial part. They generated over $1.5 billion in free cash flow. Think about that. That's not just money to run the business. That's the kind of financial firepower that lets you completely reshape your entire future. And just to put a cherry on top, they finished the year on a high note, beating Wall Street's expectations for both revenue and earnings in Q4. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. KDP is making this move from a position of serious financial strength. But here's where it gets really interesting. When you peek under the hood at KDP, you find a fascinating story. It's almost like a tale of two companies living under one roof. And the performance of these two very different sides of the business, well, that explains everything about the huge change that's on the horizon. So here's the heart of it. On one hand, you've got their U.S. refreshment beverages. Think sodas, energy drinks. This part of the business was an absolute powerhouse, posting double-digit sales growth, just killing it. But then, on the other side, you've got the U.S. coffee business, and it was facing some serious headwinds. We're talking rising costs, declining volume. You see, it's two totally different stories playing out at the same time. I mean, the beverage segment was just crushing it. Their main brand, Dr. Pepper, gained market share for the 9th year in a row. Think about that. They were so smart with their marketing, too. They even took a viral TikTok jingle and turned it into a national ad campaign. Then you add in how well they brought the Ghost energy drink into the fold, plus the huge growth from partners like Electrolyte, and yeah, you've got a true unstoppable growth engine. So let's recap. You've got one business just firing on all cylinders, and another one that's kind of struggling. What's the play? What do you do? Well, KDP's answer is pretty bold. They decided to go even bigger on coffee. But there's a twist. They announced this massive deal to acquire JDE Peet's. And JDE Peet's isn't some small player. They are a global coffee powerhouse. So this isn't just a simple acquisition. No, this is a total game changer, a move specifically designed to create an undisputed global leader in coffee. But here's the interesting part. The acquisition isn't really about getting bigger. It's actually the spark, the catalyst that allows them to get more focused. This big move is what sets the stage for their real endgame, splitting KDP into two brand new, totally independent companies. So, how are they going to pull this off? Well, they've laid out a pretty clear roadmap. Step 1, close the JDE Peet deal. Then comes the really tricky part. They have to integrate the two companies' operations while at the same time preparing to split them apart again by the end of 2026. The whole point is to launch two new hyper-focused companies, one that's all about beverages and another that's a new global coffee giant. And, their CEO, Tim Cofer, he summed it up perfectly. He called this the transformational next chapter for KDP. And that's exactly what it is. This isn't just some clever financial trick. It's a complete fundamental reshaping of the entire business. The idea is to unlock a ton of value by letting each new company just focus on what it does best. Okay, so that's the grand plan. But what does this all mean for the bottom line, for the actual numbers? Let's take a look at the company's 2026 outlook and see what kind of financial impact they think this massive transformation is going to have. And this is where the financial logic really clicks into place. See, on its own, KDP was expecting pretty solid earnings growth for 2026, something like 4 to 6%. But after they bring JDE Peets into the mix, that projection jumps up into the low double digits. In Wall Street speak, they call that accretive, which is just a fancy way of saying it's expected to boost their earnings right from the get-go. When you look at their goals for 2026, the scale of this ambition is just staggering. They're aiming for over $26 billion in sales. But honestly, the real challenge isn't just the numbers. It's juggling their three huge objectives. 1, hit that double-digit earnings growth. 2, smoothly integrate a massive new coffee business. And 3, pull off a perfect corporate split. And they have to do all of that at the exact same time. It's a heck of a challenge. And all of this leaves us with the big $64,000 question. Is this move a total masterstroke? Will it create two faster, more focused champions that can dominate their individual markets? Or will splitting the company just dilute the incredible scale and power they have right now as one combined giant? You know, only time's going to tell. But one thing's for sure, it is one of the most fascinating strategic bets we're seeing in the consumer world right now.